Hey, Ranger fans and Young Justice and Green Lantern fans. This is a review for the finale of Young Justice and Green Lantern, the animated series. I got three things I did and did not like about Young Justice. The first that I did like, I'll start off with what I did like, was that the Justice League was finally allowed to let go and they finally came back and you actually got to hear, Batman and Superman talk. You haven't been able to hear them since like the beginning of season 2. The second thing, since it was the finale, you're going to have every single character out there just, doing all their stuff. Static Shock was out there, or Static. Um, he was doing all his moves and everyone. Um, 3, it had a fantastic cliffhanger. I'm not going to tell you guys it. I think you guys should watch it. Maybe they might do a direct-to-DVD video, hopefully, maybe. But with a cliffhanger, you want more. And from that, I'm going to transition to what I did not like about Young Justice. And one, it was a cliffhanger. I want more. I know. It obviously, if you could tell, Gordon Godfrey or whatever his name was, he's been in it from the whole uh, season 2. I think it was season 1 also. Yes, I'm pretty sure season 1. But if you guys know who he's related to, that kind of tells you the cliffhanger. I kind of just spoiled it right there. But if you don't know, then perfect. Um, 2, one of the main founding characters dies in the ending. Um, and although it was emotional, it kind of leads to number 3, what I did not like. And the episode was way too quick. It was just like, let's get this done. This is the last thing in the world stuff. Let's do it within, 22-minute run. Try to throw some emotional scenes in there. It's not going to work. It was just way too quick, and I just could not feel it. Um, with that said, it was more like they didn't find out about the finale until you know, the news came that they had Teen Titans Go and I forget what the other show is. Oh yeah, Beware the Batman. Um, they just say, hey, we're going to make these two shows and take you out of the lineup. So make your finale. But with that, the finale was just went on way too much, way too quick. With that, I'm going to transition to Green Lantern the animated series. Now I know that some people say that Green Lantern the animated series was but I thought it was an emotional story. I love the art with Aya and I forget what the red guy's name is. I've been watching the whole series and I forget. But the first thing, it had an amazing battle scene. It's pretty much like Star Wars, but with Green Lantern versus the Manhunters. The robots versus Green Lantern. Second, all the characters were used. So you got to see at least, at 1 second of, every single character that you loved or that were in the animated series. Um, Third, it was emotional. It actually had me almost crying here. And I'm in my little study group studying for finals, and I'm just like, yeah. Um, 4, I love the how they brought in Justice League Unlimited with the Hand of Time. What this was that Io was going to go back in time and change it so there's no living organism and make everything emotionless. So with that, she went to the beginning of time, and just like in Justice League Unlimited, uh, before and future whatever, where they go back in time and they go to the future and try to change it, you see the hand of God. Showed that too. I was like, oh my God, Justice League. Um, and yeah, that was 4. I said 3 things, but let's make it 5 things. The fifth was it had an amazing bittersweet finale. I was just like, you can't do that. But then they did it, and the finale was just way too perfect. Um, Razor, yeah, Razor, I think is the red Red Lantern's name. Um, it it was just perfect. I loved it. I'd love to see it again. I probably will see it again. So Josh Keaton and everyone, thank you for that amazing, amazing finale. I wish there could be more, which is the one thing I didn't like. I want more Green Lantern. I want more Justice. All right, Young Justice. But, sadly you can't. Hopefully, they left it open, but what are you going to do? So that is my review for the finale, the amazing finales of two great shows that are tragically going to end. Um, Young Justice and Green Lantern. So, adios, guys. Time to get back to studying for finals.